We'll call the district board meeting December 15th to order. Angie, would you please call the rolls?
Sean Becker.
Here.
Betty Brusky-Malik.
Yes.
Kim Johnson.
Here.
Martin.
Here.
Ron Rasmussen. Chuck Spargo.
Here.
Terry Whitmore.
Here.
Ames Young.
Here.
Ryan Zietlow.
Okay, this meeting, like all meetings of the Mid-State Technical College District Board of Directors and its committees, is open to the public in accordance with state statutes. Notice has been sent, provided to the news media and designated individuals to inform the public of the meeting's time, place, and agenda. Are there any members of the public here that you're aware of?
Fair enough.
Okay. Approval of the meeting minutes from November 17th. Is there any corrections or comments? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Consent agenda items. Payment of bills and payroll on page 14, contracted services, service agreements, page 22, and procurements for goods and services, page 23.
Also move for approval of the consent agenda.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any comments, questions? Okay, Angie, please call the roll.
Sean Becker.
Yes.
Betty Brusky-Malik.
Yes.
Kim Johnson.
Yes.
Rick Burton.
Yes.
Terry Whitmore.
Yes.
Ames Young.
Yes.
Chuck Spargo.
Yes.
Angie, I just got here.
Hi, Ron.
Oh.
Okay. Chairperson's report. Thank you for joining us this evening, especially new members, Neebs and Terry.
Ooh, that was a big.
We'll talk afterwards.
I'm glad I only missed the first committee of the whole and finance.
Good one.
As you saw on the agenda this evening, international travel was to be considered due to a travel advisory, presumably to avoid Costa Rica. The college will no longer be presenting this topic on the agenda. We'll remove this from the agenda then.
Well, why is that, Christina? Violence there,
Yeah,
or Venezuela?
Yeah. We received notice like 2 days after we had posted the desire to bring this new travel experience to
Yeah.
you. We're gonna be monitoring what this travel warning entails. We don't have a ton of detail right now. But our team stays in the loop regarding some of those locations that we do travel to. So I was thankful that, before we would pursue approval and move this forward to you, that we were provided this information. So I do hope that we'll continue to monitor this and bring this opportunity forward at a later date. Right now, we're just gonna stay put, and until that warning comes off, we're gonna hold recommending students travel.
But when you say warning, it's like, I know like in Mexico, there's like 3 or 4 different classifications, right? For yellow, orange, red, different areas. So all of Costa Rica is red or?
Let me bring it up for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah, it's level 2.
what does that mean
Level
though?
2 is advisory, exercise increased caution due to common petty crime and rising violent crime.
Okay. But it's for all of Costa Rica, not certain
I think it'd be hard.
provinces or
I
areas?
think it'd be hard to break out.
Costa Rica, I don't know how they're
Different.
structured into counties or whatever.
We've got a legal issues conference and the Fall Boards Association meeting. The DBA winter meeting will be held virtually on January 30th. Have you?
Yeah, no, I am.
Midstate is hosting that event. Please indicate your interest in attending on this virtual event only on the board attendance sheet that is being passed around. Please make sure I'm the last one to get that, and Angie can corral me for signatures at the end.
Not so Terry runs off with it again?
Right. I don't think I ever did.
Oh, you did?
No.
Oh, we blamed you.
You guys blame me, right?
We got the ACCT National Legislative Summit coming up in February 8th to the 11th in Washington, D.C. Anyone interested in attending should indicate so on the attendance sheet also being passed around, and Angie will work with you on arrangements. We've got a board retreat as identified during our last meeting. The board will hold a board retreat on Monday, February 16th prior to our board meeting. We'll meet at the Stevens Point downtown campus. An agenda will be finalized and provided at a later date. The half-day retreat will be held to conclude prior to the 4 o'clock Finance and Infrastructure Committee meeting, so you all have the opportunity to attend the
Very
Finance
nice.
and Infrastructure Committee meeting that date. Those that can attend the retreat anyway. Our next meeting date will be on Monday, January 19th. We'll plan to meet at the Wisconsin Rapids campus unless otherwise announced. Finance and Infrastructure Committee will be beginning at 4 p.m. and the Committee of the Whole will begin at 4:30 and the regular meeting will follow. Mentioned the association of, I think I mentioned all of them except the graduation on the by the way, I don't know if you all saw it, but there's a very nice report from the DBA, a monthly summary that's new now. That was very good to see.
Very nice, and of notice, let me just, there was a explanation of a bunch of different policies that are going through the assembly, and one of them affects us directly. This is Assembly Bill 501, Senate Bill 498. Expands First Amendment and academic freedom protections to technical colleges, mandates biennial campus climate surveys, requires annual instruction for all students, employees, establishes due process requirements, and allows legal actions against district boards. Did you notice that one?
I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Yeah,
but a very good job now with the DBA in terms of informing issues.
Yeah. Good. We had the winter graduation last Saturday. It was a very nice graduation, very well organized and disciplined. We had bets on over/under. We were told to expect an hour and 15 minutes. So it was, is it going to be under that or over that?
I bet the under.
I bet the over, and I was wrong. Even though we disagreed on when the end was done. And I said the end wasn't done until after the procession came through afterwards, and that still beat the hour and 15
Wow.
minute time frame. So very well run.
Yes.
The board got a card from the staff presenter.
Faculty, yep, the faculty.
Faculty
Instructor.
instructor that presented. Dear members of the board, thank you for the opportunity to speak at graduation. It was truly an honor to be part of such a meaningful milestone for our students. I appreciate your leadership and continued support of our institution. Happy holidays to you and your families. With sincere thanks, Stacy Brock and family.
Nice.
That's very nice.
You know Ben Peters?
Yeah.
He was the, I don't know if you call it keynote speaker
Yeah.
or whatever,
Okay.
but for those that weren't aware, Ben is from Rudolph. He got his mechanical engineering degree, bachelor's, master's, and PhD from MIT, and came back to this area and he's got
Doing
his
well.
job, and then he's teaching at Nicosa as well. And Shelley, I'll let you explain the
Harvard.
surprise.
It was-
Another surprise.
He-
Another surprise.
He does so much with 3D printing in his club.
Yeah.
And so he brought a lizard that he had made and really talked about for the students. His message was ownership and creativity and things.
Start
And
small.
then Yes, and then basically told them all, just like Oprah, look underneath your chair. And he had given us lizards to put under each chair, so every graduate got to walk out with one.
A 3D printed
Yes.
lizard.
Cool.
So you have to imagine Ben saying, you get a lizard, and you get a lizard, and you get
Yeah.
a lizard. And so it was, I think for the students or graduates, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
And not only that, but he's focusing on,
Here it is.
you know, regardless of AI, you know, you make your path, you know, you start small, you make your path or whatever. And then part of his shtick was going to be, he pulled up his phone and was gonna do ask ChatGPT to do a commencement address, but it didn't connect. He couldn't connect. And he goes, so this is just evidence that you can't rely on AI. It was
It's
perfect.
good.
Yeah,
We're lucky to have him in this area,
that,
Yeah.
especially at Nakusa.
yeah, that's amazing.
I pointed to him the origin of the solar array at Nakusa.
Good, thank you. Put it back to work.
All right, next on the agenda is College President's Report. Dr. Shelley.
Yes, just more good stuff. Chuck, more good stuff. So I have a couple pictures that I want to show you. Unfortunately, both of our staff members were not able to be here tonight, but we have two that are retiring for a total of 25 years. So the first picture you're going to see is April. April has been one of our early childhood instructors for 16 years of service, and we are going to miss her very much. She's just an incredible faculty. The other person is Paula Berger, who's been here for 9 years. So Paula is relocating as well, moving down to the Waukesha area. But we are just sad to lose both of them, but we're really excited for them for their next chapter. So just wanted to call out both of those. So
As of when?
I believe she is done in January. Yes. Okay. Also, I have some pictures that are really exciting. So Chuck, I don't know if you have driven by,
Yep,
but
I've seen it firsthand.
so this is our Adams campus, and a tornado did not go through, nothing like that. We have started the demolition of our Adams campus.
And this is for the ballroom?
I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching that one. But we're very very excited to see this progress, and we can't go back now. It's only going to move
Demolition
forward.
is complete.
Demolition, yes.
And the cavity, the hole for the foundation has been done. There's a huge pile of dirt in the middle, and you can see all around where the foundation is going to go.
It's amazing what they can do.
What part was demolished?
Where
The
the
south
offices
end.
were, yes.
Okay.
The offices we didn't use. So when you think of past the community engagement room. Mhm. So, some other campus activities. I had attended the foundation scholarship reception. That was on November 18th. We had a great board orientation Neebs with you on November 21st. I hope you thought it was a good orientation. Angie and I were able to sit down with Neebs for a couple hours. And I know we'll be doing a follow-up orientation with all the vice presidents. So it was just nice having some time with you. On December 1st, we got into a car, the executive team and myself, and we traveled to Fox Valley Technical College and went to their Oshkosh campus. That is where we had our mid-year retreat. It was really a time to talk about operational budget, talk about the student voice, talk about what's happening in higher education. So it's always nice to visit one of our sister colleges. There's always things that we take away, and we definitely are taking pictures when we are there. When we were named the top technical college in Wisconsin, can I just say that? Like the top technical college in Wisconsin. Vic, who some of you may know out of our student life area, basically asked the students, what are you proud of at Mid-State? And there was just a couple comments that I wanted to say what our students said, and it really shows Cougar pride. I am proud to be a Cougar at Mid-State because this college has given me the opportunity to extend my educational growth in the CG Corrections and Community Advocacy Program to continue helping those in the system. I thought you would appreciate that. I am proud to be a Mid-State student because it represents a unity that I feel an important part of Mid-State. Mid-State is encouraging and full of resources for all students. Mid-State works hard for their students like we work hard in our classes. I'm proud to be a Mid-State Cougar because this is such a welcoming place that is filled with great instructors who love their jobs and are very passionate about what they do. It's nice having the small class sizes and being able to communicate so easily with instructors. It gives me more confidence when I go into the industry. The name Mid-State carries weight in industry. There you go, Mandy. There's a brand. Midstate provides me hands-on learning that I couldn't get at a university or other tech school. When I need help with something or have a question, I have basically endless resources at my fingertips to get to where I need to be.
Wow.
So just a couple, but I just saw really, really powerful, and they had shared those with me. For Higher Learning Commission, their annual conference will be coming up in March, and we will definitely be sharing those dates with you in case any of you would like to attend. We did submit 2 proposals for consideration to see if they would like to select us to be a presenter. We submitted 2 proposals. They accepted both of them.
Wow.
So we will definitely have a mid-state presence in Chicago at the conference. We're going to be presenting on a meta, and we're also going to be presenting on accreditation sustainability plan. In addition to that, we also received a letter that they provide a 2026 comprehensive evaluation and assurance review fair, where basically colleges are asked to have one representative basically be on panel and booth to be able to answer any questions for other colleges that are going to be preparing for a comprehensive review. They selected Midstate.
Nice.
So Chris has talked with Beth, and Beth will be representing Midstate as well. So we will not only be at the fair, but they're going to see us twice during the conference. So we're really, really proud of that. And that doesn't just happen, as you know. That happens because you have a good brand or a good name out there. December commencement, Chuck already mentioned, it was just a great day. Thank you to Betty for speaking, Rick and Chuck for both attending. There was just high emotion, lots of tears, good energy. It was an amazing day, it really was. For community involvement, just a couple things. I did walk in the Marshfield Holiday Parade and also received notification. The prizes, the rewards keep coming, everybody. The Midstate has won a Build Wisconsin Award for a meta through AGC, which is AGC Wisconsin, which is the Associated General Contractors. And so Ryan and myself are going to be traveling down to Milwaukee in January, and we will be accepting with Findorf, who was our overall contractor for that. So we're very, very proud of that. Also, you may hear, so I wanted to mention this. So UW Stout has an alumni magazine, and they had called me a few months ago, and you're going to see my picture in it. So I've had a number of people that have been calling me or sending me an email, and possibly good brand for our college. It says Mondyke leaves mark as Midstate Technical College president. So just in case you hear about it, I wanted you to know about that. It's amazing what you can do to pay. No, I'm kidding. And then also, as far as WTCS updates or PA activities, January 20th is the next state board meeting. That is in Madison. We will have a president's meeting following that. I'm hoping to attend, but I may come back early because that night now Portage County has asked us to do a presentation. They would like to know what their $1 million is doing from an meta standpoint. So we're going to be doing a meta report, and let me tell you, we have so much to share with them, so I know that they will be pleased. And then Chuck already mentioned, but on January 30th, which is the District Boards Association, we have been asked to do, we offered, and they have taken us up on that we're going to be doing a presentation around our innovation and our growth and partnership, and again, why we're the top technical college in the state of Wisconsin. I think I'll keep saying that for a little while, but that would end my report unless there's any questions.
I'm just curious, with the new, or the interim
Yeah, with Brian.
executive director,
Yeah.
he was going to meet with the presidents.
Yes. he
Could you
did.
just share a little bit about
Yes,
that
he-
experience?
Very much. A great experience. He came to our last president's meeting. We hadn't had a meeting at Southwest Technical College. It was right after the state board meeting. Brian stayed for our whole, Dr. Albrecht, I guess I should say, but we referred to him as Brian because he was a colleague of ours. He was president of Gateway Technical College. He stayed with us for the full 4 hours.
Wow.
He very much listened to not only what we were working through, but then asked us some of our opinions and questions. There had been a survey that had been done. He asked follow-up questions. It was really good. There was some real honest conversation that went back and forth. I know he was taking back what the presidents had shared, and I know he was taking it back to the executive committee of DBA. Just felt really collaborative. I know the latest information I received was probably just a couple weeks ago. He followed up with an email to let us know that they are actively in the interview type process and hoping to, have someone named by the end of January is what my understanding is. So it was really good, Terry.
Awesome.
I think he could really kind of understand a little bit more
Yeah.
because of his experience, how the presidents are kind of put in a hard spot.
Mhm.
And again, it was all in an effort. Why we were involved was just to help that colleges would stay with the association and just the importance of they need to get this right. The importance and maybe some of the experience that we would recommend that the next executive director would have.
Awesome.
I noticed, I don't know if it was in his report or where I saw it, but he visited 3 or 4 of the colleges.
Yes.
And they were all towards, I think, the southeast corner of the state. I thought that was really good
Yeah.
move that he's highlighting their successes and visiting with them and giving them some extra attention. That's a good move.
I was impressed, at the first board meeting that he had been at, so it was good.
Okay, moving on, financial report. You saw in the board packet the information that shows the college remains in a strong mid-year financial position with trends consistent with expectations for November, with 42% of the year complete. Revenues total $32.4 million, representing 56% of the annual budget, which is ahead of the expected benchmark. And expenditures are $22.7 million, or 33% of budget, which is kind of typical for this pattern of the year, but it's nice that we're under expectations for this time of year. In terms of revenue highlights, the local government revenues are nearly complete at 99.6% of the budget, consistent with timing of property tax collections. Of course, we haven't received that money, but we've recognized it because the bills have been sent. Fees are at 89%, reflecting fall semester billing. Federal revenues are at 37.5%, lagging slightly behind the federal disbursements, which is at 50.3%. So we're a little behind there, but that's the expectation because of the reimbursement timing that they have. State aid and grants are at 22%, aligned with the known distribution schedules. Overall revenues exceed the November benchmark of 41.7%, showing strong early year collections. Expenditure highlights, the salaries and benefits are 40.1 and 37.5% respectively, both tracking appropriately with year-to-date expectations. Capital outlay is very low at the 3.8%, reflecting the timing of capital projects, which will happen later in the fiscal year. All major funds are within expected spending levels for this point in the year. The fund equity and balance sheet. Fund equity totals $41.9 million, with revenues exceeding expenditures by $9.7 million year to date. The special revenue aidable fund, Fund 2, shows a temporary negative balance due to the timing of activities in the workforce economic development area. Cash and investments stand at $23.9 million, maintaining a strong liquidity. Total fund equity and other credits across all funds equal $26.2 million, supporting adequate reserves. The key takeaways for the board, Mid-State's financial position through November remains strong and stable, with revenues pacing ahead of expectations and expenditures tracking appropriately. And I might add, slightly under. No finance concerns are noted at this time, and current trends support a positive outlook for the remainder of the fiscal year. That concludes the finance and infrastructure report. Thank you, Carrie, for the summary. Next, we move on to action items. We've got budget amendment on page 33. You remember twice a year we have an action item to address the monthly notifications that we get to modify the budget amendments. This would be the final one for FY 25 budget year needed to finalize the annual audit. This information was reviewed earlier at the Finance and Infrastructure Committee and is highlighted on pages 33 and 34 of the board packet. Is there any discussion on the budget amendment? Hearing none, Angie, will you please call for the roll?
Can we give a?
Motion, I'll move
Oh, yeah.
to accept it.
I'll second.
Thank you. Motion's made and seconded. Angie, call the roll.
Betty Boosky Malik.
Yes.
Kim Johnson.
Yes.
Rick Burden.
Yes.
Ron Rasmussen.
Yes.
Terry Whitmore.
Yes.
Bruce Young.
Yes.
Sean Becker.
Yes.
Chuck Spargo.
Yes. Okay, next is the FY '25 audited financial reports. The presentation of the annual 2025 financial report will be provided by Brian Anderson, CPA with Whipfly out of Madison. Brian is joining us via Teams meeting this evening. And I'll turn it over to Brian and Carrie for the next section. Brian, are you there?
Brian, I think you're muted.
And then we can keep
Testing,
going, we can come
testing.
back. Maybe we can come back to them, Chuck. We can do that if you want. That
We'll
way
move
can
on
keep
to
you-
item C, resolution authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $1.5 million general obligation promissory notes, Series 2026A, and setting the sale. This will be the second and final general obligation promissory note for the year. The resolution for authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $1.5 million. Series 2026A is required as the first step in the second financing for FY '26 capital expenditures. This will fund movable equipment. RW Baird and Quarles and Brady are providing legal and financing services. The legal resolution is found on page 35 to 37 of the board packet. Is there any discussion on the resolution? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
Also move for approval.
I'll second that.
Motion's made and seconded. Roll call vote, Angie.
Rick Burden.
Yes.
Ron Rasmussen.
Yes.
Terry Whitmore.
Yes.
James Young.
Yes.
Sean Becker.
Yes.
Betty Boosky Malik.
Yes.
Kim Johnson.
Yep.
Chuck Spargo.
Yes.
Bless you.
Thank you.
We've got one other item for going back to Brian. Item D is a resolution establishing parameters for the sale of not to exceed the $1.5 million general obligation promissory note, Series 2026A. The resolution for establishing parameters for the sale of not to exceed $1.5 million notes, Series 2026A, provides the parameters for the sale to occur on a date other than the January 19th, 2026 board meeting date, due to this date being a national holiday. This is a process that we've done in the past. Representative RW Baird will present the results at our January meeting. The legal resolution is found on pages 38 to 59 of the board packet. Is there a motion to approve that resolution?
So moved.
Motion's made. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. Is there any discussion of that? Okay, Angie, please call the roll.
Ron Rasmussen.
Yes.
Terry Whitmore.
Yes.
James Young.
Yes.
Sean Becker.
Yes.
Betty Boosky Malik.
Yes.
Kim Johnson.
Yes.
Rick Burden.
Yes.
Chuck Spargo.
Yes. Okay,
Thank you.
going back to the FY '25 audited financial reports. Brian, are you there?
It doesn't look like, it looks like Brian needed to go off of the call. So I'm wondering if Carrie, if you wanted to provide some.
Sure, I can give a very high level. I know we had another presentation this evening, but it was a little later, so I apologize for that. So with your packet of information.
Can you turn the mics on? I think the mics are on. Thank you.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
With your packet of information, you did receive the FY25 financial report. So Brian did spend some time during finance and infrastructure to walk us through that report. I will not do that this evening, but I can just give you high-level information that we did have a clean audit report for FY25. And included in there, I think just highlighting some of the documents to make you aware of is the management representation letter, the board of directors letter, just indicating what our responsibility is as far as the board, what the auditor's responsibility is. It's important to understand that information. But overall, we worked very closely with the auditor for that process, and there were no concerns from an internal control perspective. And again, a clean audit. Included in there is all of the financial reports as well. So we ended the year in a good financial, again, very strong, stable financial condition. So there was no concerns from the auditor there either. He did also share that we did have, and I think we talked about this a month or two ago, there were 2 financial aid findings related to federal requirements. So we did provide them a corrective action plan for those items. So we will be working on that over the next year here to correct those. So I think overall, those are probably the high level points, but certainly if there are any specific questions or anything more that you'd like me to go over, we can bring that back at a later time or share that via email. So with that, we are required, if the board is willing to take action on that, we are required to send that information to the WTCS office by the end of the calendar year.
I had a couple questions I mentioned to Carrie afterwards, but our meeting was getting long already, so I'll just send those questions to
Sure.
Carrie. Not a real concern, but a curiosity on a couple of the
Okay.
items.
And just to note, if you saw in the report, the 2 financial aid issues, the one, the magnitude of the first one was $0, and the magnitude of the second one was $12. So that gives you some semblance. And Brian was saying it's very common, you get these, the notification has to go out by certain timing or whatever, and it has to be, and so.
Specifically with the student withdrawing.
Yes, yes. So, yeah, a couple of issues were found, but the magnitude, I think is important. It's $12 total. So.
Good point.
I thought it was more than that, but still not of
Yeah.
any significance. Are there any other questions or discussion on that?
Thank
Then
you.
I have,
I'd make a
Entertain a
motion to
motion to
approve
approve.
the audit.
is there a second?
Second.
Motion being seconded. Any further discussion on that? Angie, please call the roll.
Kim Johnson.
Yes.
Rick Martin.
Yes.
Ron Rasmussen.
Yes.
Terry Whitmore.
Yes.
Yves Young.
Yes.
Sean Becker.
Yes.
Betty Drewski Malik.
Yes.
Chuck Spargo.
Yes. Okay, next on the agenda is Dr. Chris talking about some academic programming.
Okay, good evening, everyone. If you recall, in November, we brought forward a variety of program approvals, mainly a lot of pathway or embedded technical diplomas. And rather than bringing them to you all at once, we tried to space them out. And today I'd like to bring to you 3 additional opportunities for an embedded technical diploma. Just for a point of clarification for some of our newer board members, there are certain programs that require a 2-step approval for both concept and program approval. Other programs require just a singular step of approval from a mid-state board perspective, and those would be the embedded technical diplomas, because we've demonstrated need with the associate degree, and all of these courses are fully embedded within that associate degree. It really just requires your approval to create that pathway. So to start out, all 3 of these programs will require very minimal or no curriculum changes or require additional costs for the college. It really just provides, like it's described, an additional pathway for a student to potentially earn that credential with less credits before they would potentially move on to that associate degree. So the first program is the IT Web Programmer Embedded Technical Diploma. And we're requesting approval for a 30-credit program. This will be fully embedded in our IT Software Developer Associate Degree program. Over the last 5 years, that associate degree program has seen enrollments on the lower end of 48 students and on the higher end of 61 students. This year, that associate degree program is serving approximately 50 students, which is 2 more than we served last year. So enrollments are at least remaining steady compared to last year. Graduates of this embedded technical diploma program really could pursue careers as a programmer, a software developer, or a web developer. And as I mentioned, we are not expecting any additional costs for curriculum or operational cost to execute this embedded technical diploma program. And I'll also just note within the IT programs, we've had a number of employers in the past that have expressed a firm need for a minimum of an associate degree, if not a bachelor's degree. And we've seen a number of employers really soften that requirement and feel like now is a great time for us to have a 30 credit, 1 year technical diploma program that builds that pathway to the associate degree. So with that, Midstate is asking the board to provide program approval for an IT web programmer embedded technical diploma. Are there any questions related to that?
No. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded. Is roll call vote
Please, please.
adequate?
Hey, Ryan.
Go ahead.
Terry Whitmore,
Yes.
Neves Young,
Yes.
Sean Becker,
Yes.
Betty Brusky Malik,
Yes.
Kim Johnson,
Yes.
Rick Burton,
Yes.
Ron Rasmussen,
Yes.
Chuck Spargo.
Yes.
Thank you. The second program is a catering specialist embedded technical diploma. This similar is a 31 credit catering specialist embedded technical diploma that's fully embedded within our culinary arts associate degree. Over the last 5 years, that associate degree program has seen enrollments as low as 11 students towards its start of the program really to the high of 33 students. This year, the program is serving that same number of 33 students, so at that peak. Graduates of this program really could pursue careers in that catering specialty, which we've heard, a number of catering employers in our area really could see a need for that specialty. Again, this program would not require or would require minimal curriculum changes, and there's no additional cost to the college. So again, with that, Midstate's asking the board to provide program approval for creating this catering specialist embedded technical diploma. And I would entertain any questions. Thank you.
Motion made. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Sean Becker,
Yes.
Betty Brusky Malik,
Yes.
Kim Johnson,
Yes.
Rick Burton,
Yes.
Ron Rasmussen,
Yes.
Terry Whitmore,
Yes.
Neves Young,
Yes.
Chuck Spargo.
Yes.
Thank you. Finally, tree health specialist embedded technical diploma. We're requesting approval for this 18 credit embedded technical diploma. This proposed program was really developed in response to findings from the Wisconsin Forestry Center research project, which identified tree and forest health as a leading skills gap and a priority area for training. Our arborist and urban forestry program is a very unique program within the state of Wisconsin and within the Wisconsin Technical College. So we really feel like we could capture some folks, not just within our area, but also from outside of our area to attend this program. Let me share some additional data with you. In central Wisconsin, tree health employment is projected to grow by a little under 2.5% by 2030, which is exceeding the national average. In addition, as I mentioned earlier, the Wisconsin Forestry Center research indicates this specialized training would attract learners from beyond our district, really helping to strengthen that talent pipeline. So graduates of this program could pursue careers as an arborist and or forestry or nursery technician. And again, this program would not require any curriculum changes and no additional cost to the college. So with that, Ms. Date's asking the board to provide program approval for a tree health specialist embedded technical diploma. Any questions that I can help answer?
Your motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, Angie, please call roll.
Neves Young,
Yes.
Sean Becker,
Yes.
Betty Brusky Mallett,
Yes.
Kim Johnson,
Yes.
Rick Murray,
Yes.
Ron Rasmussen,
Yes.
Terry Whitmore,
Yes.
Chuck Sparrow.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, informational items, FY '25 Mid-State Technical College Foundation Audit.
There's some write-up notes in your, but I can just share. quickly.
Thank you, I missed those notes.
That's okay, they're on the bottom, but I can, yeah, definitely talk through that.
Go ahead, thank you.
So, Woodford completed the FY '25 audit for the foundation as well. This report was presented and accepted by the foundation board in October. This information is being provided as outlined in the MOU between the college and the foundation. So, just giving you a heads up, FYI on that.
But it was a good audit.
Yes, clean up.
Okay. Next, Wisconsin Rapids Campus and Community Update, Dr. Brigitte Altman. Did I pronounce your name right?
No, but that's okay.
Please help me.
It's Brigida.
Brigitte, thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me tonight. My name is Brigida Altman. I currently serve as the Dean of the Wisconsin Rapids campus and also for the Schools of General Education and Applied Technology, overseeing auto, diesel, HVAC, and construction trades. There's some familiar faces here, so I won't take too much of your time, but I came to the college in July of '23, just to give you a little bit of my background, having previously been in K-12 for 23 years. So serving my last jaunt was at SPASH as an assistant principal for 10 years. Prior to that, I was in Chicago, the suburbs of Chicago, Madison Metropolitan, and Racine, Wisconsin, before coming to Midstate. So served as the Gen Ed Dean for 1 year before taking over the Wisconsin Rapids Campus Dean, as well as some of the programs in Applied Tech. So I want to give you share with you some numbers as it relates to the Wisconsin Rapids campus tonight, and then also just some campus activities that we've been involved in throughout the course of this past year. So just some numbers here. We all love data. So the head count and duplicated from 24 to 25 went down a bit, but we expected that with our meta move. So when we moved some of those applied tech programs, a lot of the applied tech programs over to a meta, we expected to see a little bit of a dip. But we are definitely on the move and going back up. So we're in the good direction. Course completion is steady, 90%. Program completion is increasing from 41 to 49 for those 3 years, and 6 years is on the rise again, 42 to 47%. And then our fall to fall retention has risen. Our overall job placement and job placement in related fields are also on the rise. So you can see our Wisconsin Rapids campus numbers are finishing strong here.
Nice.
Okay, thanks. I don't know who's controlling what. Sorry about that.
We're gonna talk about that data more.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So again, continued on with some numbers. Dual credit. So this is near and dear to my heart, coming from the K-12 system. Our dual credit numbers are just continually rising off the charts. So number of dual credits granted there, you can see an increase of 593 credits. Our high school transition rate is on the increase, and the value of those dual credits are just going up. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you know what the transition rate difference is between those that don't have any dual credits and those that have dual credits? I'm assuming a higher transition rate,
Mandy
but
does.
I don't know the magnitude.
Yeah, that's a really great question. That would be
Yeah,
like
Mandy has.
Mandy maybe.
Yeah, not specific for Wisconsin Rapids
Right.
campus, but overall, so we're at 20% for general population, and it's just under 50%
Wow,
For
Yeah.
dual credit.
that's a big deal.
Wow,
Yeah,
Good
that means
question.
dual credit is higher.
for sure. Yeah, and I think a lot of students coming from
Good job,
coming
Ray.
from the
Let's
high
give him a
school.
gold star.
Yeah.
Takes an engineer.
There are a lot of students. There are a lot of high school students that are figuring that out, and I mean, Ron can attest to this. They're finishing 36 credits. They've got finished, and now we have the new academy at Lincoln with the associate's degree. I mean, it's just going to continue to rise, and it's a good thing for our students and our families.
Yeah.
Pocketbooks,
Wow.
especially. So, next slide.
Well, that's a good selling point too, I think, for parents, you know,
Definitely.
to promote taking dual credit courses.
Absolutely.
We also have seen an increase in dual credit in our gen ed courses as well. So when dual credit started, it was more career and technical education based. Now university transfer courses are definitely our English, science, math courses are also dual credit as well. So students have a good mix of a transcript coming out of the high school.
So here's a question, you know, there's a lot of talk nationally with seeing where the math scores are and the need for remedial math. I'm assuming that a lot of the dual credit students wouldn't need remedial coming in?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. That
Yes.
would be a normal assumption.
Okay.
Yeah. So embedded into the presentation are just some activities that we, as a Wisconsin Rapids campus, have been involved in. So in the fall and October, we participated in Science by the River. We did the rain regatta boat races with students and families. So that was really well attended. It was a beautiful day, as you can see. Some of our natural science instructors came with their families to run the event. We passed out obviously mid-state technical college information, university transfer information. So that was just a very well attended event, beautiful day. The weather definitely helped. Again, some continuing education in WED, and I know Craig's here tonight too, but some contract training specific to the Wisconsin Rapids campus, the safety trainings, the Heart of Wisconsin leadership training. We've had some summer camps, nursing, college camps, summer cooking camp we had. And then we had the Wisconsin Rapids Fall Fire Conference, the Wheel Conference, Women in Business Luncheon, Temple Grandin. I know some of you attended that last year. That was huge. That was very well attended. Central Wisconsin Farm Profitability Expo, Wisconsin Connecting Entrepreneurial Communities Conference that kicked off the fiscal year in June, and then our Youth Transition Conference, which was just in November, which was very well attended as well. Oops. Yep. Okay. Then we kicked off United Way Day of Giving. So we increased 4% for the Wisconsin Rapids campus. This kicked off our United Way campaign. This was one of the lawns that we raked, and Carrie helped. And when we showed up, we didn't know if we were going to be able to finish this lawn. So there were over 50 bags that we raked. We filled up one of the volunteers' trucks, and it was a really great event. So all in all, we finished it. But this was just a kickoff to our United Way campaign. So we were really happy that our giving increased this year, specific to United Way of Southwood and Adams counties.
Looks like it was a fair day as well, huh?
It was, yeah. It was a very nice day to rake leaves for 4
How
hours.
did that lawn get picked?
I think it took us 4 hours,
No,
or
but
maybe longer.
How did it get chosen?
Oh, so when we sign up through the United Way, when we get to the Grand Rapids Lions Club, they give us the lawn. So I think it's elderly people that probably can't rake their lawns, or just people that are in need. So
I think you got the toughest guy.
we did. That was back by the beer and mill.
How many people were on the team that?
I think we had, what do we have, 8 maybe? Yeah, 8 people.
We look really little on that.
Yeah, we look really little. It's kind of hard to see us all.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
that
I
was
see.
the team.
Okay.
We had to take it kind of
Behind
from
the
far
bags.
back to get all the bags of leaves in the picture. So, yeah, so that was a fun event. And then similar to what was done in the past with the focus on Marshfield in the past, now we're shifting to the Wisconsin Rapids focus, our campus and what we need. So strengthening academic and program innovation, looking at maybe the scheduling of classes and what we're offering, enhancing that student experience and campus identity, which definitely relates to that strategic plan, and then elevating our marketing and visibility piece here in the Wisconsin Rapids campus. With that, we had our big Monster March back in October, which was just a little idea that came up from our little campus climate committee that we have, that we meet once a month, called the Cougar Connectors. Love that name. So we held this event on Thursday, October 30th, and we had 331 children show up with their families. It was we could not do it without our faculty and staff. They went all out. We didn't know what to expect. It was kind of I don't want to say last minute, but kind of a last minute, like, let's see what we're going to do. So you can see the little train there. Russ Moore, our welding instructor, brought that in, and they were giving rides on that little M&M train. There was a line out the door. to get on that. The next slide has more pictures, I think. So just the halls, it was a good mix, but we had a trail, a candy corn trail throughout all of the buildings of the campus. So it was really, really well attended. So if you figure each student had between each child had between 2 and 4 people with them, from their grandparents to their parents. And that just goes back to that campus identity, because we heard a lot of people say, oh, I haven't been here since I graduated back in, 96, or I've never been to this campus before. So it was just a great way to get people in the building to see all the different programs that we have to offer. So it ended up to be a great event, beautiful day. We couldn't have asked for better weather. So definitely going to do it again. And then some of our campus facility projects, which you're aware of, our dental hygiene is well underway, launching next fall. Our greenhouse was completed in the summer of 2025, last summer. So Luke Sherburl has got his plants in there ready to go for the spring. And then our HVAC lab, we took the mezzanine down last summer just to increase the space for new equipment, because we started that new associate's degree program this fall. And then our criminal justice tactical room has a brand new beautiful mat in there. And then we also redid our pepper spray lab as well. So Veterans Day back in November, we celebrated Veterans Day. I'm not sure when the last time that was celebrated here at the Wisconsin Rapids campus, but we had the commander from the VFW here in Wisconsin Rapids, Sean Plant, and his team come in. We also were made aware last year of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial that's on campus here. Dr. Shelley and I worked with that team to get that memorial. It's now moved. It was in the back by public safety. It is now moved up in the front of our building in between our 2 flags, the American flag and the Wisconsin flag. So that's a really nice tribute. We were not aware of the story behind that, but a team of people met with us and explained that. And so that is now moved to the front of the building where it should be. And then to end things off, a group of us weathered the cold the night before Thanksgiving. It was extremely windy that night. The diesel technology program went out and put some lights on their semi to have in the parade. And then a team of campus employees and their families came out to walk in the parade for the Rekindle the Spirit parade in Wisconsin Rapids. So, any questions?
Yeah, so back on dual credit.
Okay.
Is there what's the status of dual credit opportunities at River Cities and Nakusa Academy?
The Coosa Academy and being the alternative
It was
school?
alternatives.
Oh, no, I'm thinking, what is the alternative, alternative high school, isn't it? What is the alternative?
Yeah,
high
Nakusa
school?
Academy.
Yeah, okay, so that River Cities, is there any opportunities currently?
So they don't have certified instructors
Right.
at River Cities because they don't have a master's degree in a different type of program, although some of those students do start college now programming here at Mid-State.
And Nakusa Academy can take classes at Nakusa High School
I was just going to say.
and participate in dual credit classes, and they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how many there are, but
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head, but that's just like we had the Charles Fernandez and Stevens Point. Some students would come over to SPASH to take some dual credit classes, but take their core classes at the alternative high school. So similar to that. Any other questions?
Good job.
Thank you for
Yeah.
allowing me. I know
Thank
it's
you,
getting
Dr.
late.
Brigida. Thank you.
Have a good night. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
FY25 Workforce and Economic Development Annual Report and CE Catalog. Craig,
Yeah,
welcome.
well, thank you for having me. You know, it's always a pleasure to come and talk to my bosses' bosses. So, thanks for having me here tonight and just allowing me an opportunity to provide you a little overview of what we accomplished this last year in FY25 and WED. Of course, a few weeks ago, or a few previous sessions, you guys received the dashboard report and saw all those good things that were happening. So tonight we're just going to dive a little bit deeper into what we did here in Workforce and Economic Development. Of course, we are the agency here at the college that handles all the corporate training, the continuing education, facility rentals, all that kind of good stuff kind of on the opposite side of the academic side of the house. So you should have in your packet the annual report for fiscal year 2025. Just a few things I want to highlight in there for you. If you think about the dashboard report, does anyone remember how many learners we served last year?
68.95.
No, college-wide.
Oh, college-wide.
Wasn't it 9,000 something, right?
It was pretty close to 10,000,
Yep,
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you take a look, here at WED, we served, almost, well over half of those through our division, either in continuing education, the corporate trainings, or conferences. So we're really proud of that. We had a really great year last year. For our contract training that we did with our employers, over $684,000 in contract training and grant-related revenue. That represents a 41 increase over the prior year. And that was delivered over 211 training contracts to 109 businesses, providing that customized training to 2,363 unduplicated incumbent workers. So just think about that for a moment. Yeah, that's a lot of people we were able to reach through our contracted customized trainings.
548 attendees for Temple Grandin, huh? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that brings me to our conferences that we held. Last year, we did 18 conferences that brought in 1,729 additional participants to the Mid-State campus. Temple Grandin was one of those. We just had a great year last year with our conferences. We had a lot of different conference partners. Usually what they would do is they would call in and say, hey, we're thinking about holding a conference at your college. Do you have space for us to rent? And we say, well, instead of just renting a space from us, let's become a partner. Let us help you with the registration. Let us help you promote that conference. Let's help get the people here for you. And so that really helped drive a lot of our headcount there. And then in our continuing education, of course, those are all those fun classes we offer, whether it's culinary or arts and crafts or any of the other continuing education offerings. 3,029 unduplicated participants. And then, of course, 3,677 of those, if we counted the duplicated people coming back in for a class. So, and then the third area that we focus on is facility rental. And that we don't really get to count head count on, but we always keep track of like, all right, we have someone renting a space. They got about 50 people in there. So we kind of keep track that way. We figure we serve up almost 7,000, 6,895 individuals just in our facility rentals. And either those people are renting that space, they're paying us to rent the space, or it's in kind. We have a lot of community partners that rent in kind, which we're proud to have them here on campus.
Can you explain what that entails?
Sure. For example, like all of our public safety partners, Wisconsin Rapids Fire Department will come in, use their burn tower. We'll have the Wisconsin Police Department come in and use the firing range or need a classroom for the day. We have some of our other nonprofits like Boys and Girls Club will come in and maybe use a room for a meeting or something like that.
Thank you.
And we just do that as an in-kind.
Thank you.
And then you can see also here again, those conferences that we delivered, and then on the back, some of those examples of the continuing education classes that we offered. We also like to highlight some of the related community organizations that my team is involved in. Again, my team, unchanged from last year on the front there, but you can see that we're very involved in the community as well, because we want to make sure we're out there spreading the word of everything that's going on great here at Mid-State. Any questions about our 25 fiscal year?
So how is the partnership with the Food and Farm Exploration Center going?
Yeah, it's still going strong. When we first started that partnership, they didn't have their own chef on staff, so they allowed us to do a lot of our culinary classes there. Last year, they did hire their own chef, but however, they still are allowing us to do at least 2 classes there a month for the culinary. All right. And then the other thing I'd like to share with you here this evening is our spring catalog is now out. You may have been able to pick up a copy of that at graduation if you were here on Saturday. But lots of great offerings in there. So I'll give you a chance to flip through there. The only thing I want to make sure I highlight is, of course, we have that construction going on down in Adams. So we have a partnership with the ADRC, which is about 2 blocks away from the campus there. We'll be hosting our classes over there. And that's noted there in the booklet for those classes. Any questions? Anything else I can answer for you?
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
A lot of great offerings there.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and I have a summary for the, our Committee of the Whole meeting earlier on the WTCS Public Perception Survey. The WTCS Public Perception Survey was a statewide survey conducted in the summer of 2025 with more than 2,400 Wisconsin adults, including a focus sample from mid-state service area. Statewide results confirm that Wisconsin's technical colleges are trusted and strongly recommended, providing a solid foundation for mid-state. Locally, mid-state performed very well when people are choosing or recommending a college, though some residents remain neutral, highlighting an opportunity to strengthen our identity and more clearly communicate program value, outcomes, and transfer pathways in alignment with our strategic plan. That concludes the items on the agenda. Is there anything more that needs to be brought before the board? Hearing none, then is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.